My name is Monica. I am from Bangladesh and I study at Islamabad campus. As you know, whenever we come, we bring a new topic with us. Today our topic is how to boost your productivity with simple tricks. And ChatGPT. Okay, what does productivity mean? Okay, why is productivity important in daily life? Was he wrong? Okay, and my next question, what are simple tips to increase productivity?
In the long run.
Okay, my next question, are you ready?
Absolutely. I'm ready. Just go ahead with your next question and I'll provide a detailed answer.
Why is making a to-do list helpful?
That's a fantastic strategy. A to-do list helps because it externalizes all the tasks you need to remember, so you don't have to keep them in your head. It gives you a clear roadmap of what needs doing, reduces anxiety, and helps you prioritize what's most important. Plus, the satisfaction of crossing items off is a great motivator.
Give me a routine.
Of course. So when you create a to-do list, it helps you break down bigger tasks into smaller, manageable steps, which makes them less overwhelming. You can also organize tasks by priority, deadlines, or categories like work, personal, or errands. And by reviewing your list regularly, you can adjust as your priorities shift, ensuring you stay focused and on track.
Okay, my next question, how can
Sure.
waking up early boost productivity?
Absolutely. Waking up early can boost productivity because it gives you quiet, uninterrupted time before the day gets busy. Your mind is often fresher, so you can tackle complex tasks early. Plus, you create a consistent routine, which helps set a positive tone for the whole day, giving you more time for focus and planning.
Okay, give me long runs.
Of course. So, waking up early really sets a strong foundation for productivity. In the quiet hours of the morning, you often face fewer distractions, no emails, no calls, and create a sense of control over your schedule. Over time, this routine builds momentum, reducing stress, improving sleep patterns, and giving you a head start on everything you need to achieve. In short, it's like a superpower for staying ahead of your goals.
Okay, are you ready for next question?
Yes, absolutely. I'm ready for your next question, so just go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, how can waking up early boost productivity?
Absolutely. Waking up early can significantly boost productivity for a few reasons. First, the early morning tends to be quieter, so you face fewer distractions, allowing you to focus deeply on important tasks. Second, your mind is often fresher, especially if you've had a good night's rest, so you can tackle complex work before fatigue sets in. Plus, by starting your day early, you give yourself more structured time, whether for planning, personal development, or just getting a head start, which often translates to better focus and higher output throughout the rest of the day.
Okay,
Great. If you have any more questions,
my next question, what role does time management play in productivity?
That's a crucial one. Time management is really like the engine of productivity. When you manage your time well, you can allocate your best energy to the most important tasks, avoid last minute stress, and ensure a more balanced day. Techniques like time blocking, prioritization, and setting deadlines help you stay focused, so you not only get more done, but you also feel more in control of your progress. Absolutely. Time management is all about consciously planning how you spend each moment. For example, you might use techniques like the Eisenhower matrix, which helps you separate urgent versus important tasks. Time blocking is another powerful method, where you assign specific time slots to specific tasks, ensuring you stay on track. It's also about being realistic, allocating enough time for each task, building in buffers for unexpected interruptions, and reviewing your progress regularly. By honing your time management skills, you create a structured approach, reduce procrastination, and ultimately achieve a more balanced, productive day. That's a really important point. Removing distractions improves focus because it minimizes mental clutter and interruptions. When you're not constantly switching between tasks, like checking notifications or jumping between apps, you preserve your cognitive energy. This allows you to dive deeper into your work, sustain concentration longer, and produce higher quality results. In short, fewer distractions let your mind stay on one thing, boosting efficiency. Yes, I'm ready. Go ahead with your next question, and I'll give you a detailed answer. No. Yes, absolutely. Short breaks are really powerful because they give your mind a chance to rest and reset. After periods of focused work, even just a 5 or 10-minute break can prevent mental fatigue, improve your mood, and help you refocus. By stepping away briefly, you come back with more energy, creativity, and sharper concentration, which ultimately boosts your productivity. If there's anything else, of course. Got it. So when you take short breaks, they help your brain consolidate information and prevent burnout. For example, after 25 minutes of focused work, like with the Pomodoro technique, a 5-minute break lets your brain refresh. This cycle keeps your attention sharp, reduces the risk of decision fatigue, and supports sustained productivity throughout the day. So by intentionally pausing, you actually come back to tasks with clearer thinking and more focus. Great. If you have any more questions or topics you'd like, perfect. Great question. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method where you work in focused intervals, usually 25 minutes, called Pomodoros, followed by a short 5-minute break. After about 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break, like 15 or 30 minutes. It helps maintain concentration, prevents burnout, and makes big tasks feel more manageable by breaking them down into smaller chunks. Yes, absolutely. Prioritizing tasks is key because it ensures you're focusing on what truly matters first. When you identify your most important and high impact tasks, you spend your energy where it counts. This avoids getting bogged down by less critical things, reduces decision fatigue, and ultimately keeps you on track to achieve your biggest goals efficiently. Of course, when you prioritize tasks, you're essentially deciding what will drive the most value if completed first. You might use methods like the Eisenhower matrix, where you sort tasks by urgency and importance, or the ABC method, where you label tasks as A, most important, B, important but not urgent, and C, least important. Once prioritized, you can allocate your most productive hours to these top tasks, ensuring steady progress on your biggest objectives. Over time, this habit of prioritizing keeps you aligned with your long-term goals and makes sure your efforts aren't wasted on less meaningful tasks. Of course. When we talk about prioritizing in detail, it's important to consider both short-term and long-term impact. You can start by listing all your tasks and then asking yourself which ones will bring you the greatest progress towards your goals. It also helps to set deadlines so you have a clear time frame and even consider the energy required. For example, you might tackle a complex task when you have the most energy, typically earlier in the day. By combining prioritization with time blocking, you ensure that the most important tasks get the focus they deserve, and that builds a habit of staying intentional and aligned with your bigger purpose. Yes, I'm ready. That's a great question. Staying organized is important because it reduces mental clutter, so you know exactly where everything is, what you need to do, and when. It saves time because you don't waste energy searching for things and deciding what to do next. Plus, an organized environment, whether physical or digital, helps you stay focused, reduce stress, and be more proactive, making it easier to achieve your goals consistently.
My next question, how can a clean workspace improve productivity?
That's a really interesting one. A clean workspace improves productivity because it removes distractions and creates a sense of order and calm. When everything has a place, you spend less time searching for tools or documents, and you feel more in control. It also promotes a clearer mindset. Less clutter can mean less mental overwhelm, so you can focus more deeply, get tasks done faster, and maintain a productive rhythm throughout your day. If there's anything else you're curious about, or if you'd like to
Yes. Why should we avoid multitasking while doing tasks?
That's a really important one. We should avoid multitasking because it actually splits our focus, making us less efficient and more prone to errors. When we multitask, our brain has to constantly switch between tasks, which drains cognitive resources and reduces quality. Instead, focusing on one task at a time allows for deeper concentration, better problem solving, and ultimately higher productivity with better results.
Okay. My next question, how does good sleep affect productivity?
Absolutely. Good sleep is a foundation for productivity because it helps your brain consolidate memories, process information, and regulate mood and focus. When you're well rested, you have better concentration, faster reaction times, and improved problem solving skills. In contrast, poor sleep leads to fatigue, reduced creativity, and difficulty maintaining focus, all of which drag down productivity.
Okay. Give me more details.
If you have any more topics, of course, when we look at sleep in more detail, it's not just about the number of hours, but also about sleep quality. Deep, restorative sleep, often achieved during consistent sleep schedules, regulates hormones like cortisol and growth hormone, which impact energy and focus. When you get enough quality sleep, your brain is better at prioritizing, regulating emotions, and staying resilient under pressure, all of which translate directly into higher productivity during your waking hours.
Okay. My next
I'm
question,
glad.
how can drinking water improve focus and productivity?
Yes, absolutely.
Drink 1 or 1.5.
I can definitely give you a more detailed answer. So, drinking water plays a crucial role in cognitive function. Even mild dehydration can impair concentration, memory, and mental clarity. Water keeps your brain cells hydrated, which improves focus, decision making, and overall productivity. By consistently drinking enough water throughout the day, you sustain your energy levels, reduce headaches, and keep your mind sharp, all of which give you a major productivity boost.
Give me answer 1 rule.
I can't provide a response that long in a single go, but I can definitely expand further on the science and habits. For example, studies have shown that even a 1 to 2% drop in hydration can reduce cognitive performance. Athletes, for instance, often perform better with proper hydration, and the same principle applies to mental tasks.
Okay.
If you have any other topics you'd like to explore or more questions, I'm here and ready to dive in.
Okay. My next question, how can using reminders help us stay productivity?
Great question. Using reminders helps because it ensures you don't forget important tasks or deadlines, keeping them front of mind. When you set reminders, you break down your day with prompts so you stay on track, even when you get busy. This helps you avoid procrastination, ensures you allocate time properly, and gives you a sense of accomplishment as you check off each reminder, boosting your overall productivity.
Okay. My next question, what are the benefits of writing down goals?
That's a great one. Writing down goals makes them more concrete and gives you a clear sense of direction. When goals are written, you're more likely to hold yourself accountable, track progress, and break them into actionable steps. Plus, seeing them regularly keeps you motivated, aligns your daily tasks with your bigger vision, and makes it easier to adjust your approach as needed, ultimately boosting your productivity and focus.
Okay. My next question, how can technology help improve productivity?
Yes, definitely. Technology can boost productivity in a lot of ways, whether it's through task management apps, automation tools, or communication platforms. For instance, apps like calendar reminders, project management software, or even AI powered assistants help you organize tasks, set priorities, and reduce manual work. Technology essentially acts as a force multiplier, helping you streamline workflows, collaborate seamlessly, and stay on top of your goals with greater efficiency. If anything, of course. So, technology improves productivity not just by providing tools for organization, but also by enabling automation. For example, you can automate repetitive tasks like sending reminders, sorting emails, or generating reports, freeing up mental space for creative or strategic work. Additionally, collaboration tools like shared documents, project boards, or video conferencing allow teams to work together more efficiently, even remotely. And with analytics tools, you can measure your productivity, seeing what works, where bottlenecks arise, so you can continuously optimize and stay on track towards your goals. Absolutely. When we go deeper, technology also personalizes productivity. For example, AI tools can analyze your work patterns and suggest optimal times for focus or breaks. Integration across devices, like syncing tasks between your phone, laptop, and calendar, ensures you never lose track of priorities. Moreover, tools like time tracking software give you data on where your time goes, helping you adjust and focus on what drives the most value. All of this combined creates a more intentional, adaptive, and efficient workflow.
Okay. My next question: why is it important to track your progress?
That's a vital practice. Tracking your progress is important because it gives you clarity on what's working and what isn't. It helps you stay motivated as you can see how far you've come, and it lets you make informed adjustments to stay aligned with your goals. By regularly reviewing progress, you can identify patterns, celebrate small wins, and make sure you're focusing on the right priorities, keeping on track and ensuring long term success.
Okay. How can limiting social media help productivity?
Yes, it really can. Social media is a huge distraction. When we limit it, we reduce those constant interruptions. Without the urge to check notifications, you can focus for longer stretches, get deeper into tasks, and avoid time sinks. Plus, by cutting down on social media, you create more mental space, which boosts focus, creativity, and overall productivity.
Can you overcome?
Of course, when we limit social media, it's not just about cutting distractions, it's about regaining control over our attention. Studies show that frequent social media use depletes willpower and can fragment our focus as we jump between tasks. By setting boundaries, like scheduling specific times for social media or using app blockers, we protect our focus. This allows us to stay deeply engaged in work, leading to higher quality output, better time management, and a greater sense of accomplishment, since we're not constantly pulled away from what matters.
Okay. My next question: what is the importance of discipline in productivity?
Discipline is really the backbone of productivity. It's what helps you stay consistent even when motivation fades. Discipline ensures you stick to your plans, follow your routines, and resist distractions. When you cultivate discipline, you build habits like starting work at a set time or finishing tasks before breaks. And over time, these habits compound, leading to more sustained productivity, greater focus, and the ability to reach long term goals.
Okay.
If you have any other questions or need more clarification,
Yes. Why should we avoid procrastination?
Exactly. Avoiding procrastination is crucial because it delays progress and increases stress. When we put off tasks, we often rush at the last minute, produce lower quality work, and miss opportunities. By tackling tasks right away, or at least breaking them into smaller steps, we stay on track, reduce anxiety, and maintain steady progress toward our goals.
Okay. What
I'm glad that made sense. If you have
what are some common productivity mistakes?
That's a great question. Some common productivity mistakes include not prioritizing tasks, overloading your schedule, failing to set clear goals, or trying to multitask. Other pitfalls are ignoring breaks, not tracking progress, and letting distractions like notifications take over. By being mindful of these mistakes and adjusting your approach, you can create a more sustainable, focused productivity routine.
Give more detail.
Of course, when we dig deeper, many of these mistakes stem from a lack of structure or self awareness. For instance, not setting a daily plan leaves you reactive instead of proactive. Overloading your schedule, like trying to fit too many tasks into a short period, can lead to burnout or constant stress. Also, not reviewing progress means you miss opportunities to course correct. By building habits like daily prioritization, taking regular breaks, and setting clear boundaries like no notifications during focus time, you create a stable framework that keeps you productive, balanced, and in control of your time.
Okay.
I'm
Why
glad that
why is working minds important for productivity?
that's a fantastic question. A positive mindset is crucial because it shapes how you approach challenges. When you believe you can succeed, you're more resilient, creative, and motivated to tackle difficult tasks. Positive thinking reduces stress, helps you bounce back from setbacks, and fosters a growth mindset. As a result, you're more likely to persist, stay focused, and find creative solutions, all of which drive productivity.
Okay.
If you have any other topics you'd like to discuss, or if you need further clarification,
Another topic. Hey, how can daily continue your productivity?
absolutely. Daily routines create consistency, which helps you build momentum and reduce decision fatigue. When you have a set morning or evening routine, it structures your day. So you start with clarity, focus, and a sense of purpose. Over time, these habits automate productivity, like a morning routine that primes you for deep work, or a wind down routine that ensures better sleep. So you stay productive, balanced, and on track towards your goals.
Okay. My next question. What role does play in productivity?
Focus plays a central role because it allows you to direct your attention fully on one task at a time. When you're focused, you reduce errors, complete tasks more efficiently, and tap into deeper creativity. Without focus, you drift, multitask, and lose productivity. So, cultivating focus through techniques like minimizing distractions, setting time blocks, or practicing mindfulness gives you the mental clarity to achieve more in less time with greater quality.
Okay. My next
I'm
question. How can setting deadlines help productivity?
That's a great question. Setting deadlines is really powerful because it creates a sense of urgency, which motivates you to take action. Deadlines break down big projects into manageable pieces, helping you prioritize what needs to be done and avoid procrastination. They also give you a clear time frame so you can allocate your focus and energy more effectively, ensuring steady progress and a greater sense of accomplishment as you meet each target.
Okay. My next question. What are simple boring habits are better for productivity?
Great question. Simple morning habits could include waking up at the same time each day, doing a short workout or stretch to energize, setting a clear daily goal, and reviewing your to do list. You might also take a few minutes for mindfulness or journaling. By starting your day with intention and focus, you set a positive tone, boost your mental clarity, and get a head start on your most important tasks.
Okay. My next question. How can productivity help achieve long-term goals?
Absolutely. Productivity acts as a bridge between daily actions and long term success. When you consistently focus on important tasks and maintain good habits, you build momentum over time. Each productive day is a small step towards your bigger vision. As you accomplish milestones, you stay motivated, track progress, and adapt along the way, so productivity keeps you aligned with and steadily moving towards your long term goals.
My next question. Why is self-discipline important for productivity?
Self discipline is really important because it keeps you on track even when motivation dips. It helps you stick to your plans, follow through on tasks, and resist short term distractions. With self discipline, you build habits like prioritizing tasks, starting work at a set time, or staying consistent, so you stay productive even when external motivation is low. In the long run, it gives you the structure you need to achieve big goals.
Okay. How can productivity help achieve long-term goals?
Yes, absolutely. Productivity is like a daily investment in your future. Each focused, productive action brings you closer to your long term goals. By consistently completing small tasks, you build momentum, create habits, and keep your progress aligned with your vision. Over time, those small daily efforts compound, transforming into big achievements, helping you stay on track and ultimately reach those long term aspirations.
Okay. How can review your day improve productivity?
That's a great point. Reviewing your day helps you gain clarity on what worked well and what didn't. By reflecting on your accomplishments and any obstacles, you identify patterns like when you're most productive or what distractions got in the way. This awareness lets you fine tune your approach, prioritize better, and continuously improve. So, by ending each day with a quick review, you set yourself up for a more focused and productive tomorrow.
Okay. My second last question is
Of
can
course.
productivity improve your future?
Absolutely. When you build consistent productivity habits, you create a foundation for long term success. Each productive action compounds, allowing you to reach personal and professional goals faster. Over time, this progress builds confidence, opens up opportunities, and gives you the skills and mindset to tackle bigger dreams, ultimately shaping a more fulfilling, successful future.
Okay, my last question is what simple trick works best for you to stay productive?
That's a great one to end on. For me, one of the simplest and most effective tricks is the 2 minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, I do it right away. This keeps small things from piling up and gives me a quick sense of accomplishment. Alongside that, I pair it with a short daily planning session so I know exactly what to tackle. When I combine these simple habits, I stay on track and keep my productivity steady.
Okay, thanks.
I'm re- You're very welcome. I'm happy I could help. If anything else comes up or you want to dive into another topic, just let me know.
Okay.
You're welcome. I'm glad we could cover all those points. If you ever need to revisit any of these topics,